Hello everybody, it's me AJ from TOPO once again to bring you episode 3 of Girl Gun Lady, or Triple G as you would like to say. And I have a problem with this episode, but not in the way that you would think. And I think it's because of the main character. And what I mean by that is, we've seen this story before 100 times. We've seen it in Gaim. We've seen it in Ryuki. We've seen it a lot. Where you have a battle royale, where it turns out if you die in the game, you die in real life, or you just die. And the main character doesn't want to kill people. They're too goody two-shoes. And I get it. That's a story as old as time, and that is okay. But the problem is, at least right now, at least with the main character, Tachibana, she seems to be too innocent. And that's fine. Again, we've seen this story done hundreds of times. But it's just so played out at this point that seeing it here, it's not great. And I kind of wish they would just stop. Because I just don't care. And that's not to say I did not enjoy this episode. I did, and we'll get into why. It's just the idea of a battle royale with a person with a heart of gold is just it's unnecessary. It's unnecessary because we've seen it done way better, and maybe they'll surprise me as we go along. But as of right now, and actually, no, we'll just get into it. So, going into the episode, we're still kind of feeling the effects of last week. We're kind of feeling the effects of all the, the bombshell of, her name is Natsuna having only one life. We're feeling the effects of Tachibana. I'm going to keep calling her Tachibana. I know they call her Koharu, Koharu throughout the episode, but I like calling her Tachibana because it's Tachibana! So, as we go along, and this entire episode is done within the game. So we're in the game, we're all there, and we already start seeing a little bit of dissension in Bravo team, because we have the introduction of a new member, which we now know, whose name is Matsuko, which is the friend and or monitor or president from the first episode and second episode. You know, the chick who looks really bitchy and was foreshadowed at the beginning of, or at the end of the last episode. See, I got it completely wrong because I thought she was going to be an outlier because of how they showed her in episode 1 and in 2. But, I was wrong, so she's part of Bravo team. So there's a bit of dissension there because she's basically doing Bianca's job, which is the leader of Bravo teams for her. And she's doing it way better than she does, and it causes some dissension, smellness, in the team. And we also learned that Matsuko is the person who taught Tachibana how to build gunpla or plastic model kits. And that's just funny as hell to me that in this universe, in this game, the better you are at building, the better you are at this game, which is just amazing to me, because I can only imagine people going to Gunpla World tournament buildings for they're building their own and they're entering it in. I can only imagine those people would be fucking gods in this game. It would be like a hacker in Call of Duty. It would just not be fair. So as we see, or we can see, she's the better one. See, as funny as it is to me, and I like the idea, I don't exactly know how that denotes skill per se. Because they kind of introduced her saying that, because she's so good at building, she is way better at playing this game, which really, I would say if you were better, if you, were, a soldier, or a part of the SWAT, or even part of an airsoft team, you'd be better at this, because it's about strategy. Hell, even if you played Call of Duty, I'd say you'd be better at this, because, that's part of, that you use guns, all that stuff. So, I don't know. I kind of, again, it's in-world logic. It's fine. It's funny for what it is. So it's whatever. So basically, this week's game is Capture the Flag. So not Capture the Flag. It's I'm trying to remember the specific name, but it's basically Capture the Point, Capture the Base. And they're capturing the bases, and this episode so far has one of my favorite scenes where Matsuko gets the new upgrade called the Blast Girl gun, which is basically a giant fuck-off rifle. And not only does she build this thing without instructions, straight out of the box, she builds it while running and fighting people off. I never thought you could make building a model kit so badass in my life. Because right after that, they give her what I like to deem a Doom moment, where they're playing this hardcore rock in the background as she is just mowing down motherfuckers without any remorse, just completely just decimating people. And here's where we get to the idea of Matsuko and Tachibana, where she's about to shoot her. And even, I believe her name is, I'm trying to remember her name. I think it's, let me look. I have the character list here. I believe her name is Akiho, where she basically says she was about to shoot your fucking ass. Now, here's where they play with the idea of maybe Matsuko doesn't really want to kill her. She's just kind of a hard ass, but she doesn't really want to kill her. And again, there's still that idea that Matsuko still thinks that model kits are disgusting, which, you know what? I can't wait for it to be revealed that like something happened between them as kids where she just now hates model kits or something. Or like knowing this series, maybe it'll be like, oh, my dad found me building model kits and he thought that was my life, so he killed himself. Something fucked up like that. Because, you know, it's Japan. That's what they do. So she's about to shoot her, kind of decides not to, and Bianca, being Bianca, decides to take control over again. Because Matsuko is basically controlling the entire team because she's like, well, look, I know what I'm doing. I'm a better builder. I'm badass. You suck. Because, well, I mean, they do kind of suck. Bravo is pretty much the shitty team. So she's going around giving orders and, you know, basically winning. They win the entire game because they capture all the bases with little to no resistance. Oh, so by the way, actually, just a quick aside, I would really like to know the life count of Team Charlie and Delta, because we've seen these chicks get shot multiple times, especially Deltas, because they get not only do they get shot with the big fuck off rifle. So I kind of want to know what's going on there. By the way, also another side note, Team Charlie, once again, stars of the episode, doing leapfrogs while you're fighting, badass. Anyways, so we get to the final scene. Bianca's like, all right, no, you got to kill Natsuna because she's on her last life, while she's muting Matsuko. I want to say Matsuoko for some reason. I think it's because of Tatsunoko, whatever. So Matsuko, she basically mutes her and she tells the other two, go kill this chick now. So they're going to go kill her. And once again, another standoff where Tachibana is going to shoot them because they're going to shoot Natsuna. And she just can't. Which brings me to that problem again of, I really do not like the fact that they're doing this story with her. Because especially the resolution of this little conflict where she takes the bullet for Natsuna. She takes the bullet for her and she dies. She loses a life. And I just think to myself, but why? Because had the time limit not finished, not only would she have died, they would have just been like, okay, well, we're just going to kill Natsuna anyways. Because as we already know, the other chick, Akiko, she doesn't give a shit about these two. She just wants to win. She doesn't really give a fuck. So it's like, that sacrifice only worked because she was literally saved by the bell. If she was not, she would have been fucked. She would have been fucked. This is plain and day. She would have been destroyed. And again, maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just being a little too harsh on it. But at the same time, I just don't like that idea that we're doing this story again. And I know I harped on it earlier, but we're doing this story again. There's no reason to do this type of story. There could be ways to do she is a heart of gold who doesn't want to kill people without making her a pushover. Again, there are ways to do that. And And brings us to the end of the episode where she now has the proposal of, hey, let's just not fight anymore. Which, again, is a direct... Well, again, I shouldn't say a direct ripoff. A lot of the shows do that. But but the closest thing I can remember at this point is the direct comparison to Ryuki, where Shinji's just like, hey, let's not kill each other. And that's basically what's going on here. But at the same time, from what we've seen, they don't need to kill each other for most of these games. I mean, they can injure each other. I mean, certain, like, team death matches, sure. But, like, for this game specifically, they didn't need to. They could just capture the thing by, you know, incapacitating each other by, like, kicks and punches. Which is what Matsuko did, by the way. She's the first one to be sensible and actually, you know, use hand-to-hand combat in this show. But overall, I'm still in this episode. I'm still in the show. I still liked it for the most part. I like the ideas that it brings to the table. I just do not like that we are rehashing this story again. I hate this story by now. Like it's like the liar reveal type stories. I hate those stories because you know how it's gonna end. You know what's gonna happen. You know how it all plays out. So unless this is like Ryuki and the main character gets fucking murdered before the ending, I don't care. You know, it's gonna be a hard sell for me. But we'll see what happens. We'll see how it goes. So, as always, if you liked what you heard here, please like, comment, subscribe, watch these other videos, and I'll see y'all on the next one. Bye-bye.